Okay, so we got a leaky drain plug on this Coleman Extreme cooler, and we're going to take a look at why it's leaking, hopefully how to fix it, and where you can source the parts, hopefully. So let's take a look at what the problem is. All right, so if you look at this drain plug here, you can see it's kind of marred up a little bit, and I at first didn't know what the issue was, and then after doing some investigating, I found out that my daughter said the puppy chewed on it just shortly before she got him away from it. So I'm like, well, maybe we didn't have it pushed in far enough. I pulled it out and I inspected the part that comes through here, and I'm like, well, that looks good. Nothing on there looks too bad. And I'm like, well, there's no hole through here. But if you look on the inside here, right in here, there's a little, like, it looks like a slice, but towards the top, it still looks like it would seal. So I'm like, well, maybe we just didn't have it pushed in far enough. So I tried that, and nope, it still would leak. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this one out. I got a replacement part from Amazon, and hopefully we can fix this. So let's work on getting that out. So that's what the inside looks like. And on the outside, all we got to do, at least that's what it looks like, is we have to unthread the cap. The cap is what provides the threads there. It just threads onto that plug that comes through and must hold it tight. I'm assuming there must be a rubber gasket on that. So let's get set up and unscrew that. Alright, so my right hand here, I'm going to kind of hold on the inside, and I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to turn this. Oh yeah, it's definitely going loose. I'll just spin this off. Oops. And yeah, the inside part just pulls out. So we'll take a closer look at that. Alright, so that's what it looks like a little closer. And just kind of like I suspected, there's a rubber gasket on this piece here. But I don't believe that's where it's leaking from. I believe it's the cap side, because this looks like it's fine, and it wasn't really leaking past the gasket. So I guess before we get any further, let's see if we can test that out. Alright, so let's test this out and see. I got it reassembled here, and we'll just take this, just crank that on, and I'll take a cup of water and we'll pour it in here, and we'll see if we can find out where it is dripping. Alright, so let's fill this up with some water and see where it's leaking from. Oh, I see it coming out already. There it is. Alright, so there's definitely an issue with the cap. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, so this is the part I got off of Amazon, and it's called the drain assembly. This is an official Coleman part. On the back side, it has the model numbers here for the type of coolers that this works with, and then there's a number on the bottom here that's the actual, like, the packaging number. I'm not sure what an Extreme cooler model number is. I couldn't find any on my cooler, but just from judging from the picture, it seemed like there should be the same thing. It looks exactly the same. Okay, so discovery time. There is a difference. So the one on the left here, that is the original one we took out. This is the one that I purchased. So it turns out that the Extreme cooler, and I'm assuming it's because of the amount of insulation it uses, it has a longer drain spout. That's what they consider 1.5 inches, which Amazon is sold out of, and it doesn't have any time frame on when they're going to get them back in stock. This is called the Coleman standard assembly, and it's a 1-inch shaft is what it says. So it won't work on my cooler. Now, however, the part that is leaking though is the cap, and I believe the cap is the same. The cap looks exactly the same, so we can reuse this And this gasket, I don't even know, we could put it on, but I'm pretty sure that gasket is fine. So why don't we do that, and we'll test it out before we put it in the cooler. Alright, so here's the new cap. I just threaded it on. Let's push that one on a well here, make sure it's squashed on. And let's put a little water in this one and see if we get any drips or leaks. Nothing so far, and before it was like instant. There was water sitting on the cap. Oh yeah, I think we got it. So it looks like we can reinstall this and we will be in business. Alright, so let's put the drain plug in. I am reusing the rubber gasket on the inside. I think that's fine. So when you install it, you can kind of see the orientation you need to have it for it to work here. And I'm just spinning the inside to get it going here before I spin the cap. And it shouldn't have to be too tight. It's not like you have too much pressure on this. I kind of just crank the inside as much as I can by hand, and then I'll probably just spin the cap here a little bit just to make sure we're into that gasket. Feels like it's pretty good there. Alright, that does not look too bad. Alright, so this was the part that I bought off of Amazon, and like we found out, the shaft length is not correct, and the coolers are listed there. I did find the correct part, but like I said, it's out of stock, so we'll take a look at that and just compare. Alright, so I found the correct part here. This is also on Amazon, but it's out of stock. So you can see it says Coleman cooler drain plug assembly for extreme coolers, 1.5 inch shaft length. So like I said, these extreme coolers, they must be a little bit thicker, so you need 1.5 inches, otherwise you don't catch the threads with the cap and the drain plug to hold it together. The inch is just too short. And the cooler number then must be that 6263. The other packaging there had all those other coolers listed, but the only one that was close was 6262. Alright, so if you do find this somewhere, let me know. I did check Camping World and they didn't have them there in stock as well, so I don't know if it's just a popular item or if it's just not that popular and a few of them got sold out. But I couldn't find them, and usually Amazon's a pretty good source even when everybody else is out of stock. So, alright, that's going to be it for now.